Hello and very welcome. Today I would like to talk about my latest distortion plugin, which is dedicated specifically for acid music. You can slap it on a 303 bass line and it will produce this typical acid distortion we like. So this is the Pro version. I already offered the free version a couple of months ago, but I made some changes. Now you can have a high-pass filter on the distortion, and instead of just having one algorithm, there are now 8 switchable distortion types. The classic Hardfloor is the one which is originally also in the free version, but now I also added a fuzzer, tape saturation, diode clipper, wavefolder, rectifier, Bitcrusher and a valve. And the cool thing is everything works under the hood and you just have to dial in the amount of distortion by changing this little guy here. And you can grab now the plugin from my Kreuzberg audio Seite, which is this. You see, you just go to Kreuzberg Audio and then you see TB-303 Distortion Pro, one knob plugin, and here you can buy it. By the way, for all my paid Patreon subscriber, the plugin is free. Just send me an email and you will get a free NFR license. So, enough talking, let's have a listen, I'd say. So I'm using the ABL3 for the 303 emulation, and you can see it's just inserted here, and then there's a delay and my plugin, and I added just a simple acid bass line with a lot of slides and accents. So let's have a listen. That's how it sounds. So let's add the delay. I also deactivated the drive and distortion to have a clear listen about what the plugin is doing. So you see, you can change the high pass here, and let's dial in some distortion, I'd say. This is without. Yeah, the cool thing, it's not just a distortion, it's also an envelope follow to prevent too many volume differences depending on the frequency bandwidth, that you have always a clean sound. Also, let's see what the Pro version offers. Let's go further and dial in some other distortion types. Yeah, to the fullest is already drastical, so sometimes it's way better to go somewhere in the middle, not to overdo it, but it depends. Of course, it depends on what kind of sound you want. Also, by the way, you can put multiple instances and then you can also juggle with the different distortion sounds on top of each other, like this. Also, it makes difference in what order you want to have those. let's go for one to have a better listen. That was tape saturation. Let's go for Diode Clipper. Wavefolder. Bitcrusher. Especially the Bitcrusher you can combine with, let's say, saturation. Let's give it a listen. Let's go for valve. Yes, that's it. I think it's a handy tool. You don't have to, you know, dial in Trash 2 or some other distortion plugins and then, you know, tweak here and there. You just slap it on the bass and then you can just go here and get the right settings for your taste. So thanks for watching. Hope you see you next time. Please like and subscribe. Bye bye.